How to never get angry or bothered by anyone. Stoic philosophy. True strength is not found in reacting to everything around you, but in mastering yourself. Anger often feels automatic, but it is not. It comes from how you interpret situations, not the situations themselves. When someone disrespects or provokes you, the event is neutral. It is your judgment that turns it into something personal. Once you understand this, you begin to take back control. Most people waste energy trying to change others or expecting them to behave perfectly. This is the root of frustration. You cannot control people, their opinions, or their actions. What you can control is your response. When you focus only on what is within your power, your thoughts and reactions, you become calm and unshaken. A simple habit can change everything. Pause before reacting. In that brief moment, you create space to choose peace instead of anger. You stop being a slave to impulse and start acting with intention. Over time, this becomes natural, and your mind grows stronger. It also helps to understand that people act from their own struggles and limitations. When you stop taking things personally, you free yourself from unnecessary pain. Not everything deserves your attention, and not everyone deserves your energy. Protect your peace at all costs. Silence, patience, and detachment are powerful tools. The less you react, the more control you gain over your life. If you want more insights like this, subscribe to the channel and keep learning how to master your mind and emotions. The moment you stop reacting to everything, you begin to see life differently. Situations that once felt overwhelming start to feel small and insignificant. You realize that many things are not worth your time or emotional energy. This awareness brings a sense of calm that most people never experience. One powerful mindset shift is to remind yourself that nothing is permanent. Every insult, every misunderstanding, and every moment of frustration will pass. When you keep this in mind, it becomes easier to let go instead of holding on to anger. You begin to choose peace over being right. Another important practice is self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself how you reacted to situations. Did you stay calm, or did you allow emotions to take control? This simple habit helps you improve over time. The goal is not perfection, but progress. You also have to train your mind to expect challenges. People will test your patience. Life will not always go your way. But when you expect this, you are less likely to be surprised or frustrated. Instead, you remain prepared and steady. It comes from small decisions, choosing silence over argument, understanding over judgment, and patience over anger. The more you practice, the stronger your mind becomes. If you are serious about building this level of discipline and calmness, subscribe to the channel and continue this journey of mastering yourself. To go even deeper into this way of living, you must begin to train your perception. Everything starts in the mind. The Stoics believed that events themselves are neither good nor bad. It is our interpretation that gives them meaning. This means that when someone speaks harshly to you, ignores you, or tries to provoke you, the real question is not why did they do that, but why am I choosing to be affected by it? That shift alone places you back in control. You must understand that anger is often tied to ego. The ego wants to be respected, validated, and seen as important at all times. When that does not happen, it reacts with frustration. But when you reduce your attachment to ego, you also reduce your tendency to feel offended. You begin to realize that not every situation is about you. People act based on their own thoughts, experiences, and emotions, most of which have nothing to do with you personally. Another powerful principle is acceptance. This does not mean you agree with everything or allow people to treat you poorly. It means you accept reality as it is, without resistance. Resistance creates emotional tension, while acceptance creates clarity. When you accept that some people will be rude, unfair, or difficult, you stop expecting perfection from the world. As a result, you feel less disappointed and less angry. It is also important to practice emotional distancing. This means stepping back mentally from situations instead of becoming absorbed in them. Imagine watching events from a distance like an observer. When you do this, you reduce the intensity of your emotions and gain a clearer perspective. You are no longer reacting blindly. You are responding with awareness. Your environment can also influence your emotional state. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, whether through people, social media, or conversations, it becomes harder to remain calm. Be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Choose environments that support your peace rather than disrupt it. Discipline plays a major role in staying unbothered. It is not always easy to remain calm, especially in difficult situations. But discipline means doing what is right even when it is hard. It means choosing patience when anger feels easier. Over time, this discipline becomes a habit, and that habit becomes your character. Another key idea is to focus on long-term peace rather than short-term satisfaction. Staying calm, on the other hand, may feel difficult at first, but it protects your peace in the long run. Forgiveness is also a powerful tool. Holding on to anger only harms you, not the other person. When you forgive, you release yourself from that burden. Continue practicing, continue learning, and continue growing. And if you want more guidance like this to strengthen your mindset and build unshakable peace, subscribe to the channel and stay committed to becoming the best version of yourself. As you continue building this mindset, you will start to notice a powerful shift within yourself. Situations that once triggered immediate frustration will begin to feel distant, almost insignificant. This is not because life has changed, but because you have. Your perception becomes stronger than your environment, and that is where true freedom begins. One of the most important habits to develop is emotional awareness. Before anger fully forms, there is always a small moment where you feel it rising. It may be tension in your body or a sudden rush of thoughts. If you can catch that moment early, you can stop the reaction before it grows. This awareness gives you control in real time, not after the damage is done. You should also remind yourself that proving a point is rarely worth losing your peace. Many arguments continue because both sides want to be right. But being right does not always bring peace. Sometimes walking away silently shows more strength than winning any debate. You protect your energy and keep your mind clear. Another mindset that helps is focusing on growth instead of reaction. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to practice discipline. Instead of asking why something is happening to you, ask what it is teaching you. This turns frustration into development and keeps you moving forward. Your calmness will eventually become your identity. People will see you as someone who cannot be easily shaken. This kind of presence commands respect without needing to demand it. It is quiet, steady, and powerful. Stay committed to this path and keep refining your mind daily. If you want to continue learning how to stay calm, focused, and unbothered in any situation, subscribe to the channel and grow with every lesson. As you go further on this path, you will begin to understand that calmness is not something you switch on in difficult moments. It is something you build every single day. The way you think, the things you focus on, and the habits you practice all shape how you respond under pressure. When your mind is trained daily, it becomes naturally resistant to negativity. You must also learn the power of letting things go quickly. Many people stay angry not because of what happened, but because they keep replaying it in their minds. Each replay strengthens the emotion. Instead, train yourself to release it. The faster you let go, the lighter you feel. Holding on to anger only gives the situation more power over you. Another important shift is realizing that silence is not weakness. You do not need to respond to everything. In fact, your ability to stay quiet in the face of provocation shows. It also helps to remind yourself that everyone is dealing with something. When people act out, it is often a reflection of their inner state. Keep strengthening this mindset and continue choosing peace over reaction. If you want more guidance like this, subscribe to the channel and stay consistent on your journey to mastering your emotions. As you continue to grow, you will realize that peace is not something you find, it is something you protect. Every day will present moments that test your patience, your discipline, and your mindset. But these moments are not obstacles. They are opportunities to practice control. Each time you choose calmness over anger, you strengthen your character. It is important to stop seeking validation from others. When you depend on people to respect, praise, or understand you, you give them influence over your emotions. True stability comes when you no longer need approval to feel secure. You know your value, and that is enough. This inner confidence makes you less reactive and more grounded. You should also learn to slow down your thinking. Anger often comes from quick assumptions and rushed conclusions. When you take a moment to think clearly, you begin to see situations more accurately. Many misunderstandings can be avoided simply by not reacting too fast. Clarity replaces confusion, and calmness replaces tension. Another key principle is resilience. Life will not always be fair, and people will not always treat you the way you expect. But your strength is measured by how you respond, not by what happens to you. When you accept this, you stop resisting reality and start adapting to it with a steady mind. Your energy is one of your most valuable assets. Where you place your attention determines how you feel. If you constantly focus on negativity, you will feel drained. But when you direct your attention toward growth, purpose, and positivity, your mindset becomes stronger and more balanced. You will also notice that the less you react, the more respect you gain. People are naturally drawn to those who remain calm under pressure. Your silence, your patience, and your control become your strength. You no longer need to prove anything through arguments or emotional reactions. Stay consistent with these principles. Growth takes time, but every step forward matters. If you want to keep building this level of discipline and inner peace, subscribe to the channel and continue learning how to master your emotions and stay Unbothered in any situation, as this mindset becomes part of who you are, you will begin to experience a deeper level of clarity. You will no longer feel pulled in different directions by every opinion, every comment, or every situation. Instead, you move with intention. You choose your responses carefully, and that choice gives you power. You must also understand that not every battle is meant to be fought. Some situations are simply distractions, designed to drain your energy and shift your focus. When you learn to recognize this, you become more selective. You stop reacting to everything and start responding only to what truly matters. This protects your peace and keeps your mind clear. Another important shift is learning to be comfortable with discomfort. There will be moments when staying calm feels difficult. Your emotions may push you to, but growth happens when you resist that urge. Each time you remain steady in those moments, consistency will always be your greatest advantage. Anyone can stay calm once or twice, but maintaining that level of control over time is what sets you apart. This requires daily effort, awareness, and discipline. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, you reach a point where very little can disturb you. You observe more, react less, and think clearly even in difficult situations. This is not because life has become easier, but because you have become stronger. Keep building this mindset and stay committed to your growth. If you want to continue learning how to remain calm, focused, and unbothered no matter what happens, subscribe to the channel and keep moving forward on your journey. At this stage, you begin to notice something even deeper. Your inner world becomes more important than anything happening outside of you. You are no longer easily influenced by moods, opinions, or temporary situations. Instead, you operate from a place of stability. This stability allows you to think clearly, act wisely, and remain grounded even when everything around you feels uncertain. You also start to understand the importance of mental discipline. Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. If you can control your thoughts, you can control your life. This means being careful about what you focus on and how you interpret situations. When negative thoughts arise, you do not entertain them. You observe them, question them, and let them pass. Another powerful realization is that calmness gives you an advantage. While others react emotionally and lose control, you remain steady and focused. This allows you to make better decisions, avoid unnecessary conflict, and maintain your energy. Over time, this becomes a competitive strength in every area of your life. You will also become more intentional with your words. Instead of speaking out of emotion, you speak with purpose. Sometimes that means saying less. Sometimes it means saying nothing at all. You begin to understand that words carry weight, and using them wisely is a sign of true control. There is also strength in acceptance of yourself. You will not always get it right. There will be moments when you feel anger or frustration. But instead of judging yourself harshly, you learn from those moments. Growth is not about being perfect. It is about improving consistently. Your focus shifts toward what truly matters, your goals, your values, and your peace of mind. Distractions lose their power over you because you no longer give them attention. You become more disciplined, more focused, and more aligned with your purpose. Keep reinforcing these habits daily. The more you practice, the more natural this way of thinking becomes. If you want to keep developing this level of control and clarity, subscribe to the channel and continue your journey toward a calm and unshakable mind.